centuries later is when our story begins.
How is it that I might help you?
Alright, we are now on the main page, and I hope, successfully fixed the audio. So, hello everybody.
Play whatever card game this guy is.
Hi.
Welcome back to System Agnostic,
Thanks.
Chapter 4. Thank you, Breck.
Trying to brute force the end of this game.
Episode...
Okay, bye. Keep rolling those dice.
It's the secret words! Game's over! We win!
End the stream! It's the TPK button!
Noted. Welcome back to System Agnostic, Chapter 4, Episode 5. Live or Die. I am your humble GM / person trying to kill my lovely players with every fiber of my being. Stephen, he, him. I told them this going into the chapter, so nobody at me in any comments.
You told us what?
You.
I am joined by 4 lovely players, as always, and I will start by surprising only one of them. Sadie, introduce yourself.
Fuck, I actually did forget I was going first. I forget every week.
I love your consistency.
You know what? I am nothing if not consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, people. Well, I guess there could be more than people. Hello, things watching this stream. My name is Sadie. My pronouns last week were FM, AM, and then I realized that if I didn't say they were she, her this week, Steven was going to change them to was, were. So hi, my pronouns are she, her. I am playing Eileen, the fairy, Neo with a gun, and now another cool thing. Eileen uses the pronouns she, her, but prefers the pronouns that you refer to her as a bastard, and she fully understands how inconvenient and frustrating that is, and does not care. I think that's it. I don't know. What else am I supposed to say? Oh, I have a D10 embedded, or sorry, Eileen has a D10 embedded in the corner of her left eye. Is Angela.
Close,
Nope.
but wrong.
Jeff.
Wow, that's new.
Jeff,
No, you can skip me if you want. I don't mind.
you're the one that makes the overlays and has always put me first. I blame you for this.
That's how I
I'm
knew
just
you were
confused
wrong.
as to why Sadie was throwing it to the next person. That's Steven.
I don't know. It's the last game. We gotta do something.
I
I
refuse
am
to go until
nothing if-
Steven throws it to me.
I am nothing if not inconsistent.
Jeff.
What?
You're
Oh,
up.
right. Hi, I'm Jeff. Jeff, he, they pronouns. I am playing Ronnie Retznam, who is suffering from severe avian anxiety right now.
Angela.
Hey, I'm Angela, she, her, playing Samantha Gillis, also she, her. She is a godbinder. She stabbed an Earth Genasi in the last game, and we had the temple fall on top of us, again.
The Earth Genasi was very displeased with the idea of getting stabbed.
This is fair.
That's what they said last session, those
Yeah.
guys.
And finally, Breck.
Hi, I'm Breck, he, him, playing Dom. Also he, him. Dom is so sad. Back to you, Steven.
And so, for those of you just joining us,
What
you
a
picked
weird
a hell of
time.
a night to start.
Wow. For
Right?
those of us who have never seen Quelmar before, for our new viewers out there, why?
We are so sorry for what's about to happen.
I mean,
I'm
welcome.
not-
We're glad you're here, but also
I think you should give a
interesting
complete summary of
choices
the
were
Quelmar
made.
realm.
Should
I give like a
Steven,
brief.
I like that
timeline.
idea, Jeff. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Just like as a courtesy for a new viewer.
Just a brief description of the Quelmar realm.
Yeah, it all started as in prehistory when the 7 founding gods decided to come together. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut
It
up.
was round.
For those of you who have never been to Quelmar before, there used to be a round Quelmar. It's flat now. And if you want to know how that happened, go check the wiki, because we have that. That's how many games are run here, and that's how much is done. But for those who have seen Quelmar and are just either missed last episode or are joining us for the first time, our players have been trapped in a strange entity that holds beings prisoners and kind of keeps them contained in a simulated world. The players had figured that out, figured out how to crash the system with the help of others trapped, and entered into a strange game of almost cat and mouse with an entity known as the Acrylic Style. It went away. The players made their way through, found their friends, and last session made a deal with strange beings known as the Fair. They were given options. The players made their choices before being given a gift. They were then released into a room with the AD themselves, who says, 2 of you have made deals that you are not allowed to leave. Therefore, the only way to truly end this game is for those 2 to die. So, since this may be our last session, allow me to give you all time to settle in and stomach this possibility by starting with not our players, something we haven't done since we started Chapter 4. Instead, we start with the world outside this simulation. The AD, still disguised as a little girl, though more silver than normal skin, is fighting a man bearing a eye holy symbol. The fight is not as one-sided as you'd think, however. Those who just saw the girl would think the grown man would have the advantage. However, she is splitting into pieces, her body almost like quicksilver. Liquid, fluid, able to move. That should give her the edge. But it seems the museum in which they fight is even against them. As the fight takes them near plants, a familiar flower, Blood of Chaos. Aranway, you think you could have a say in this fight. Do you choose to intervene? And do you intervene on behalf of, I'm just going to call them what they are, the cleric, or the strange silvery child?
Is this the same museum that Brendan Lee Mulligan and Brendan C. Mulligan are still dying, bleeding out on the floor of?
Oh, they are full dead at the moment.
Okay. Brendan C. Mulligan's last words were a D's nuts joke, and I think he would be happy with that.
Yeah.
Brendan Lee Mulligan was asking a question. He said, "Hello, are you going to kill me?" And then the answer was yes.
Yes. The answer was given by a spike through the brain.
And I, Brendan C. Mulligan, asked for help on my math homework.
The answer was also a spike through the brain. And
With
one
my
more tick
dying
on the
words.
possible TPK meter.
And with
X
my
equals
dying
a spike
words,
through the brain.
25 plus 25 equals 50 is nuts in your mouth.
I might go back to being dead. These
Fair.
jokes are awful. No, what? No, do I recognize either of these characters?
You somewhat recognize them both. The holy symbol on the man you recognize fully. It is the one your Kender
Yeah,
Paladin was wielding.
Gotta intervene on the other party. No, does the girl seem like the more likely to be harmed in this scenario? The neutral observer?
She seems to be holding her own.
Oh,
You can see the fluid movements of the body, the silver sheen of the skin that she did not have the first time, and the fact that she just put a very dangerous weapon straight through her body, and it's vanished.
weapon?
She swallowed Caravox.
Wait, Jeff, do you not remember that?
That's how it
No.
ended up in the simulation. But that was a couple months ago, so understandable.
Hmm.
So Caravax ended up in the simulation. Jeez Louise, that's hardcore. I don't think that's a little girl at all.
What gave it away?
Honestly, your companion in this weird limbo space within the green also asks that same question.
Okay. I'm. Yeah, that. I guess I recognize Caravax. Yeah, I think I'd be like, okay, that's not no normal little girl, and I intervene on behalf of the cleric.
Vines begin rapidly shooting out from these different flower pots where blood of the chaos flowers have been planted. As the dryad, who has spent this last eternity with you, flexes her powers once more, shooting these thorny spikes directly through the girl. She seems to be taking it, and in fact, even separating around some of them to avoid the worst of the blows. But it's cutting off her mobility a bit more. As this fight continues, it's getting more chaotic. Stands are being thrown downstairs, damage is everywhere, an entire wall is missing from one room. And then they get close to a weapons rack, where a familiar spear currently rests, with Broden and Domus looking through. Domus, would you like to intervene in this fight? And on behalf of which side?
Now, I'm Domus. Do I know anything about the little girl?
You see the same things that Aranway saw. You see fluid movements, definitely not human, definitely not... You'd be hard-pressed to call it mortal. You don't have a humanoid race to assign to this thing. The closest would be doppelganger, and even that's not fitting. Broden has filled you in very little as time's gone on. Only that everything that happened surrounding Caravox, Broden's interest in you, that all stemmed from this moment, this fight. The groundwork has been laid long ago, and you are watching the aftermath.
I don't like either side, I don't think. Because the eye people aren't good, right? And then the AD isn't good. The little girl.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah.
If by eye people you're referring to the holy symbol. Amunet does not claim to be good, but she is not evil. She has pulled strings, but she does not instruct her clerics to kill. That one is one of the few she chose, and is here for the express purpose of this fight. But it's your choice. Our pact still holds. You've waited with me. This is your moment. My last gift.
I think sometimes the most powerful choice a person can make is the choice to do nothing.
Then we will observe. The fight continues, moving throughout the halls. The weapons are undisturbed, willing to watch and see how the fight progresses. And though the stand is bumped a few times, the spear protects it and those sitting around it, but otherwise does not intervene. As the fight continues, we enter into the simulated world where another fight is taking place, or rather, about to take place. Eileen, Ronnie, Samantha, Dom. As you step out of the world you encountered the fair in and into this massive chamber, where across from you the AD stands. Well-tailored suit for the most part, only offset by a cloak around them. And of course, the D20 flaring in one eye socket. You begin to see vines piercing through the walls, growing into this place. You recognize the flowers blooming on them. You've all seen them. Blood of Chaos. But they seem more real than anything you've seen here, and you're not sure why. The AD notices it, looks at the vines. So that's how we're playing. Fine. Quickly then. And with that, we are entering into combat. So, for the last time, can all of you remind me of your dexterities?
If I can recall it. Yep, 3.
Eileen is 4, Ronnie is 3, Samantha and Dom are 2.
2 team.
2 team.
Yeah.
2 squad.
Oh!
Also known
Exactly.
as the slow pokes.
You're not wrong.
You poke the slowest. It's true.
You are perfectly average.
The average pokes.
The average folks in...
Hashtag
Alright.
average folks.
Top of the order, Eileen.
Okay. How far away is the AD from all of us?
Currently, they would be at far range.
They would be at far range. Where's my text that tells me that? I have that somewhere. Far range. Okay. Yeah, and then remind me, when we got transported back with the D4 people, correct?
3 of them, yeah.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. Is Zentalia here with us?
That is not currently visible.
Okay. I'm going to I don't know if this would be using my movement or holding it, but once again, I'm gonna step in front of Sid, Arnold, and Megan and just kind of like be moving around so I'm always in between the AD and them. And then I'm gonna take my right arm, and then a little glowing light seems to sparkle out of my forearm as I raise it up and then start slamming it down. And as I slam it down, a tall, translucent, kind of like whitish, bluish tower shield comes out, and I'll activate my force field to stand in front of them. And then, if possible, I want to hold... Well, I don't know if it takes my action to activate that.
We are going to say... To give it a new target, yes, that would be your action this turn.
Okay. So I'll pull my force field out and then just holding my movement, because I read that you can hold movement. Mm-hmm. So I'll hold my movement just to keep in between the AD and then the group of 3.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Ronnie.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up my longbow and aim it at him. Say, yell out if you can hear me. Doesn't have to end like this. Let my birdie go. Nobody has to get hurt. I'll just ready my action to shoot at him if he tries to hurt any of us.
As a reminder, Ronnie, there is something in this room that can transfer the die to the bird to actually allow Ronan to leave.
I don't know what it is. Anything obvious in the room?
You want to look around?
Yeah.
Say make a... I'll say use your wisdom. There's a difficulty of 1. You have an advantage because Ronan is helping. Yes, Dom.
If you lose your dice, do you die or do you just stay here?
You don't know.
Don't know and I don't care.
Let me actually put it this way. In general terms, you don't know. Ronnie, for you, if you just try to pull out the die and give it to Ronan, that's not going to work. That might kill you. You don't know. But there is something in this room that will actually allow a transfer.
Okay. So, with advantage, I got a 6 and a 4. Checking if any of those. The 6 is circled. I don't know if that means anything. No, that's just for the fool's dice.
That's just the fool's die.
Yeah, okay. So with advantage, it's 6 and 4.
That's 2 successes. 1 is taken away by the difficulty. That's still a success. Looking around, it's a lot of rocks. Vines are beginning to cover everything. And then you see chilling on a blunted stalagmite. Kind of curled up, watching everything, rather disinterested. A beaten up cat.
Damn it.
Classic.
Who beat up the cat? I'll fight them instead.
Missing part of its tail with a faint, sparkly sheen.
The cat killed me. It did. It's canon that it killed Chong.
It did kill Chunk.
Satisfaction brought him back.
Any movement?
Go back and watch chapter 2 if you didn't see it. You'll find out how a giant panda bear died to a little cat.
Technically, your giant panda bear died to several nat ones.
To statistically improbable odds.
What were you saying?
Any movement, Ronnie?
Yeah. How far away is the cat? What range would it be?
Cat would be, we'll say it's in close range. So you're still gonna have to spend a good amount of movement to get to it, but it's possible.
Okay.
Don't shoot the cat.
I'm gonna shoot the cat. I'm gonna do that, that targeted shooting thing from Ocarina of Time. Shuffle towards the cat while keeping aimed at the bad guy.
So you're moving towards the cat, but you're aiming at the AD.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're still in far range, medium range compared to it, technically. No, wait. You'd be closer. Anyway, you're getting closer to it.
The cat?
To the cat, yes.
Okay, good.
Which, you know, also means you're getting closer to the AD, but don't worry about it. That's probably fine.
It's fine. I'm just getting a better range. Great.
So, Samantha.
Yeah, I'm confused. Trying to keep an eye on everything. I'm just gonna. Can I hold something? I can hold something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hold. Oh, also, I know you had mentioned the one level and the other god. Would she have any indication of this yet, or no?
You're aware.
Okay.
You feel there is something else you could call on.
Okay. Okay. For now, though, I'm going to hold a healing light, I think it's called, which is different from the just the heal for anybody that might need it, that I actually like. Meaning not the AD.
Not to say, tell me how you really feel
Like,
about
no. Dom, Eileen, Ronnie, and even Megan, Arnold, or Sid.
Okay.
I think you're out loud.
No chance, no way, I won't say it, no.
Dom.
All right. So AD is far.
Correct.
There's no one else to hit.
Not yet.
Unless you want to hit one of us.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move into, so it goes far. What's the next level?
You
Medium.
close. Medium, yes. Thank you.
Far than medium.
And I can't hit from medium, right?
Not with Carabox, no.
All right. Here's what I'll do then.
Mm-hmm.
Having realized that I've just lost all of my happiness and ever having the chance of happiness, I'm going to step up to medium range
Okay.
slowly and just shout, "Let's get this game over with. I want to get out of here. Sorry, our deal didn't work out. I guess now you gotta die. The dead don't get a vote." So tell me, what will it take to kill you? And then I'll use my venting ability to learn how. So discover how your sacred emotion, which is grief, sadness, pensiveness, but grief is the epitome. How grief can hurt the target, which is the AD.
Alright, and this is which venting ability?
Personal attacks. And this is to take me down to
1.
pensiveness instead of sadness. Yeah,
Correct.
just to level 1.
Here's the thing. You are fighting a machine. This being does not understand emotions. If you could make it feel one, if you can make it feel sadness, that can do damage in and of itself.
Wow. I understand now. You've never felt anything. I thought the absence of happiness was the epitome of sadness, but no. It's the absence of everything. All emotion. The
You
not
asked
caring.
what it would take to kill me. That doesn't matter. 2 of your number cannot claim the game done. Or rather,
They can vote.
won't.
How do you feel about losing the game?
So long as she dies. I don't care. Dom, that's your turn.
Cool.
Which means it's its turn. There are 7 of you, technically speaking.
8 if you count the bird.
I'm not
Gotta
counting
count the bird.
Unfortunately.
Gotta
You leave the
count
bird out of this.
Listen, technically, it's those who are opposing the master. The bird's not. The bird just does not want to be here. But is staying because of Ronnie.
You gotta count the bird.
So, I don't think you want me to count the bird.
I'm out to kill Jeff's bird. Plot twist.
Alright, Twitch
You're out
chat.
to kill everyone, though.
Should he count the bird?
That is not true.
You watch as the AD reaches up a hand, places it in front of their eye. The one with the D20. And that light begins to grow brighter and more intense. And as they pull away, the light seems to stay in their palm. The D20 is still fixed, but another scintillating D20 floating in their hands, which begins to spin faster and faster until they crush it. And as they do, there is a burst of concussive force. And you begin to hear. As one paw climbs out of the earth, and another And you see first ahead. Eileen, what does Andy look like?
Fuck.
Tell us more about Andy.
I don't know. I don't have stream pulled up. Do we still have Eileen's picture on stream?
We do not.
Okay. Well, they're identical twins, so her face looks exactly like Eileen's.
So y'all see Eileen's face come up out from where this thing is emerging. Eileen,
God.
you know the difference. Twins always
Yeah.
know the difference. And then you see a bird head.
Fuck.
Familiar as it's currently sitting on Ronnie's shoulder as well. But this one's massive. Bigger than even Eileen's head. Samantha, remind me, I asked you a long time ago about a friend of Samantha's who would, fit a certain criteria. What does she look like? And who is she? Just for streams notification.
She was Samantha's friend in college. They both kind of had the same aspirations, career-wise, when they got out, but it worked out for her friend. I think we said her name was Caitlin. Samantha, not so much. She kind of ended up in a dead-end job with a dead-end life, and Caitlin sort of went on to actually become that success. But they still stayed best friends through most of it. And I'm guessing that's different now.
I mean, that's up to you, but
No, I mean they were best friends until this moment, which I think things are going to change now.
I mean, take it as you will, but her head is on the back of the bird's head.
Right.
Growing up like a growth. And then you see a man unfamiliar to all of you. But Eileen, you're closest to the group of three. And you hear a slight whimper from Megan. As unknown to all of you, but very well known to her and the two next to her. Her father's head also appears. Growing just above the elbow of one of these paws. And as this
That's horrifying.
massive, twisted form crawls its way out of the earth, its tail is visible. Dom, its tail is a very familiar weapon that you had grown so attached to.
Oh no.
As the hype spear is now the tail of this monstrosity.
Caw?
Oh.
And you all are staring down a chimera.
You're staring down a camera?
Yep.
That's even more horrifying.
Technically, I am, because my camera's right there, and I am staring down it.
Yep.
Hi,
At the
Twitch.
same time,
I see
there
you.
is another burst of concussive force as one of the walls completely blows out. And striding in, looking furious, with a knife still in her leg.
I thought the knife was in her stomach and the bullet hole was in her leg.
No. It was in the leg. I did not hit the stomach.
They shoot an arrow?
Who?
Roll
Nobody's
piercing
attacked yet, but if you want to shoot.
Wait.
Shoot
I'm
it in her
confused.
butt cheek, Jeff.
Don't. Would you
That's
stop with the butt cheek, Sadie? Is it separate from the Chimera?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to get that
Zentalia
clear.
has stepped out of the wall,
Okay,
looks at the
okay.
Chimera, doesn't seem to give a shit. Looks between the AD and all of you, and honestly, it could go either way who she decides to try to kill right now.
Oh no.
Well, I was targeting the AD.
If you want to shoot, he hasn't attacked, but you can definitely shoot at the AD.
That goes against what I said. I'm not gonna do that yet.
Okay.
I'm more
Oh.
distracted by the Chimera anyway. Y'all, how
Hang
big's a
on.
bird gotta be before it's just a dragon?
I feel like there's more criteria to being a dragon than just being a really big bird.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a lizard.
I can't think of any difference.
Well, I
Big
feel
thing with
like
wings.
at that size and with the power that it carries in its swipes, a dragon's bones wouldn't be hollow like a bird's. It just scientifically doesn't make sense that it could make such a strong swipe attack with its claws
Hey,
and
Eileen,
have
you're
hollow
up.
bones.
It doesn't make sense that it could fly if it didn't have hollow bones.
Yes,
It's a
it
great
does.
combo we're having.
We've
in the middle
seen
of this
things
battle.
defy the laws of aviation. Just look at the bumblebee.
Hey, Eileen. It's
Yeah.
your turn.
Oh, just because there is no known aviation law that states something should be able to fly with non-hollow bones does not mean it's impossible. Anyways, yeah, I will. All right, so Steven will have to correct me if my understanding of how this force field works is incorrect. But I picture it as kind of like a in sci-fi they call it like hard light, where like things can't pass through one way, but you can do that cool thing where you like pass things through the other way by like when they stick their gun through the force field and then fire.
I mean, the force field's not around you right now. It's around the trio. You don't think it
Okay,
can protect
I
both
was-
of you.
Well, okay, that changes then what I thought, because I was picturing it as I have it as a tower shield attached to my arm that's wide enough I could cover them behind me, but it's still attached.
Gotcha, I
to me.
understand the thought.
If that is not what it actually is, please do correct me, because
You could protect one of them. It can be that. It can be protecting you right now. In that case, it'd only be protecting one of the trio, as they are not lined up behind you.
right,
They're like,
and that's why I was holding my movement to move if he went for one specific of them, so I
I
could
understand.
intervene.
you know what?
Um,
Let's do this. You have overcharge dice.
I
Would
do.
you like to overcharge the shield? Get it around all of you?
Here is my question. Would it cost an overcharge or an action or both or neither? For me
Because
to-
this came from a... No, we'll just call it your last turn's action. In summoning this thing, you can also overcharge it.
Well, I was gonna say, what would it cost if I wanted to now shift it from like, instead of being a tower shield, kind of like stick it into the ground and then have its edges expand out so it could cover the three of them, but not me as I step in front of it.
We can just
Kind
set
of
it
like
as-
forming like a bunker barrier, like if you flipped a table to hide behind for cover.
I got you. We'll count it as your last turn's action. Just
Okay.
kind of extending into this turn, narratively.
Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll expand out the sides so that the three of them can safely, like, maybe it's not tall enough for them because I'm on the shorter side, but if they like crouch down, they would definitely be encompassed by it.
Okay.
And then
I do need you to roll your Neo die as you spend the fair
Yeah.
gold.
yeah, and then is this costing 1 fair gold or 2?
This is just one. You're just extending the limitations a little bit.
All right. 2.
2? Okay. So it mostly works, but something goes amiss, which we will talk about in a moment.
Yeah.
But you get it set up, you set it into the ground and step in front, getting ready to shoot.
Yeah. And so then if I still have my action, I will. Fuck.
Nope, don't do that. We're gonna get banned on Twitch.
only if I show any of it on camera. I think. I don't know. I haven't read those rules. I will take my gun and fire at. Nope, she can't bring herself to do it. I'll fire at the AD.
Okay.
So it's gonna be my dexterity, which is that many, and then I get my Neo die because I'm using my gun. Alright, come on. Oh, are you fucking shitting me?
Oh no.
One success.
Okay. This
I
is
rolled-
against the AD.
Yeah, I rolled fucking.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 3, 6.
One success
But
is really the only thing you need to prevent problems.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have
Bonkers.
any defense. So he kind of steps aside as the energy shoots past him, but he's a little more off balance. You did take away a guard.
Cool. And then I will. I know I've got the force field, but I think Eileen is still paranoid enough about those three because they don't have all 4 members for their powers. So if anything starts going for them, I still want to shift in between so that the layers go me, force field, and then them.
Okay. Noted. And now, I present the Chimera. It begins to lurch forward, eyes everywhere, staring down each of you in turn. It heard the blast, but it was not summoned to deal with Zentalia. It was summoned to deal with technically 2 specific members, but is happy to deal with the rest in turn. It charges forward, and Dom and Ronnie are the 2 who moved closest to it. So it's going to start by going for Dom. Does not have an advantage, and I don't believe it has any disadvantage, so we're just rolling its strength.
It's a lot of dice you roll in there.
It's a Chimera.
What's that?
Do you have any defense, Dom?
1.
1. We take 1 away. As the Chimera steps forward, you're now getting a better look at its paws and arms, and while one seems the traditional lion arm, with the head of Megan's father kind of poking out of the elbow area, the other is more mottled, white with some black. Looks more like a bear paw than a cat. Panda, perhaps?
Why would you do this, Steven?
Chimera.
Oh, good. I know where to aim now.
Kill you.
And that one lifts up and swipes down at Dom. Dom, you manage to step back a bit. Your armor does take a brunt, but it knocks you off balance a bit. You lose 1 guard.
Okay. That's not so bad.
That's for not accepting my book.
And all these heads currently turn to stare down at you. Ronnie, it's your turn.
We're all staring down at Dom. I think it's safe to say, Ronnie's distracted from the AD, and then immediately turns his arrow towards the Chimera who just burst out of the ground. But is also still sidestepping toward the cat.
Okay. So you use your movement to get closer to the cat.
Yeah. I'm gonna sidestep, try and get closer to the cat, and try and talk to it. Say, Iraga, I don't know why you keep appearing in all of my lives on it, but I think it means that we have like a shared destiny. Your destiny is to save my bird, please.
Asking the cat to save the bird.
Yes, what an ironic twist of events this is. Clearly a
Your
simulation.
destiny is to save my bird.
Please, magic cat, save my bird.
Are
Not
you firing
me,
at the
my
chimera, or are
bird.
you just aiming at it?
No, I got too distracted by the cat. I'm just
The
aiming
cat's
at the
Okay.
gonna
camera.
save your bird for dinner.
I forgot that the arrow can even shoot.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Araga kind of looks at you. Ronnie, I want you to roll charisma with an advantage because Araga helped you specifically wake up.
Forgot about that. Okay.
You know what? This
With-
is also a fool's action, so I'm gonna say roll your fool die as well.
Oh boy. Okay.
The Christian one?
The Christian die. Okay, so I got with advantage was 4, 6, 5, and then 6 on the full die.
That's a circle
Damn.
too, if I recall.
Yes, 5 and 6 are both circles, and X's are 1s and 2s.
All right. Remove all circles except for one, and add another cross to your fool die. As a lot's about to happen.
Yeah.
Araga looks at you. Kind of just seems to be thinking for a moment. Stands up. And as they're standing, a fluke occurs. Some fluke of luck that happens to your benefit, Ronnie. What happens?
Asking me?
I am. I'm gonna modify whatever you tell me, but
Fluke of luck.
examples include a foe is buried beneath a pile of something unfortunate. Somebody reveals something they really shouldn't. An unlikely event causes a welcome distraction.
Say something unlikely causes a distraction.
An unlikely event causes a welcome distraction. So as Araga stands, they kind of stretch and they pick off just a little pebble that was up there in the stalagmite with them. And that pebble just rolls. And continues to roll. And lands perfectly under where the bear paw is going to land after it swiped it down. And it steps down on it. And this pebble shouldn't do anything. It's a tiny-ass rock compared to a massive paw the size of Dom. And you hear it kind of rear back a bit, almost like you see it rear back and roar, and its eyes are kind of focused on the pebble. Effectively, Dom, you're gonna get an advantage to attack this thing if you choose to do so, because it is not focused on you right now.
Hell yeah.
This is tripping the Tarrasque with ball bearings all over again.
But Ronnie, Araga looks at you, narrows his eyes, and we'll see what he does on your next turn. Samantha.
Okay. Where? Where? I'm just seeing Jeff's face and all this.
I'll turn the camera off.
No. So where is Dom and Eileen in relation to me?
Dom's ahead of you. Eileen is in the same range as you.
Okay. But is Dom, like, nearby?
They are medium range right now.
From the
Technically,
AD, from the
compared to
Chimera,
you, they're close range.
right?
Hmm?
The Chimera is close, right?
With you, the Chimera is melee.
Okay. I'm going to stay where I am right now. But going to just close my eyes and think about how the others really need to be able to get out of here. And gonna try and cast Bless.
I'm going to try to cast Bless.
Try being the operative word.
Always. So, this is Wisdom. Add your Godbinder die.
Okay. So 2, a 5, and a 6, and the d12 is an 8.
5, a 2, and a 6, and the d12 is an 8. So that is 3 successes. So you can target 3 people.
Okay. Eileen,
Mm-hmm.
Dom, Centalia.
Okay. You...
Sorry, Ronnie, if I had one more success, I'd include you, I promise.
No, include the bird first.
You reach out to Lilix once again, pulling on this energy. Not direct contact, just pulling on the gift she gives and your connection to her. And as you bless Dom and bless Eileen, you know it worked. You don't see a physical change. But Dom and Eileen, please help me in remembering, any attempt to attack you suffers a disadvantage. And has another trick to it, but you'll see if that happens. Oh, also, each of your attacks have special. If this hit wounds a creature of darkness, it does 2 wounds instead.
What's considered a creature of darkness?
We'll find out.
Okay.
And then you go to target Zentalia. And again, the world seems to lose its color. Time seems to slow. And Lilix seems to step to your side from just behind you. I'm not sure I expected that.
I don't know what your beef is with her. I respect it, but she's getting out of here and I'm not.
I never had beef, dear. Would you like to explain it, or shall I? From the other side, stepping forward, you see a tiefling. Spiraling ram's horns, golden-colored eyes. Wearing leather armor, with a sword strapped to their back. You've seen them before. In the temple in prehistory, there was a painting of a tiefling and an Aasimar. And you realize both of them are standing next to you now. Getting to this point, I doubted Zentalia was going to be in clear mind. And I'd rather she make decisions in clear mind. The blade unlocks some memories. She's probably still confused and honestly very angry she got stabbed. She's probably angry at us, but unfortunately, you're the conduit. So that ire might go towards you. But that's the price of making deals, I'm afraid.
I get it. Kind of expected it, actually.
Well, we shouldn't hold you up too much longer. Shall we, dear? Lilac steps in front of you, takes his hand. He kind of spins her so they are on the same side, and the two kind of step out of sight over your shoulder. The world returns to color, and you know it has taken effect on Zentalia.
Can I back up any more?
You are in the farthest range compared to the AD, but you can get into medium range compared to the Chimera.
That's confusing. Am I going closer to the 8?
No.
Okay.
You can move further, is the moral of the story.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that for now.
Alright. Zentalia's turn. She kind of narrows her eyes, looks at you, grabs the knife and pulls it out. Begins walking semi in your direction, but seems to be storming over to the trio behind the shield. Which brings me to the problem that the shield is now working. It mostly worked, Eileen. You think there's a problem with the kinetics. With the kinetic portion. If you want that to work, you're going to have to sacrifice some of your own guard. Your choice.
Oh, that's for me to make right now? Oh, yeah, I'll definitely sacrifice my guard to make that kinetic work.
You can sacrifice up to 2 guard.
I'll do the full 2 then.
Okay. In that case, it is working properly. And
Awesome.
Zentalia
And then my
uses
guard
her
goes
action
down by
and
2,
movement
right?
to walk over to it.
And my guard goes down by 2, you
Correct.
said? Alright, perfect.
Dom, what you doing? You got a big ass chimera in front of you.
Alright, here's what I want to do. This is going to be...
So sad.
Oh, so sad.
Real bummer move.
It's my only option, really.
Oh no. Alexa, get ready to play Despacito.
Sadie, don't you dare.
We don't have
Get
the
ready
rights
to play that,
either of those.
that sad song.
I don't have an Alexa.
What's that song? It's been a long day without you, my friend. That one.
Yep.
Everyone is sing it with me
No.
as I sing it as
I don't know the words.
Nope.
What are you talking about?
Dom, what are you doing? Sadie, stop. Dom, what are you doing?
I chop off the tail of the chimera that is the hype spear.
Make an attack roll.
Oh.
Wants a spear back.
How many do I get? 4 because of advantage. Plus
If
my
your
D8.
strength is 3, you get 1 more because of the advantage, yes.
Cool. And then my D8 as well. Cool.
Correct.
Gonna mute Sadie.
I got 2 6s and a 5, and then also a 3 and a 1.
That is 3 successes, 2 of them being special, if you have any to activate.
I do. For Caravox, I chose Brutal, if this hit wounds, it deals 2 wounds instead. So if I break through this thing's defense and guard,
It's
gosh
gonna be
darn, it's
bloody.
dead.
You swipe down at the spear. This thing has a defense of 1. It's a massive chimera. You go to slash at the spear. It moves itself to the side, now focused fully on you instead of the pebble on the ground. You did take away some of its guard. It was caught off balance. But you did not
Welcome.
wound it or break the spear quite yet.
Did I get another advantage for Bless?
No. Bless doesn't give you an advantage. It gives your enemies a disadvantage to hit you.
Cool.
How does that? What's that other sad song?
Don't.
A lot of them. Thanks, Sadie.
And as we go on,
All right.
we
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up!
Well, now I feel justified in what I
Can't wake
do.
up! Serenade!
We took the stream over. We win.
What's the one from American Idol?
What's the one that gets us copyright?
There's a lot of ones on American Idol.
No,
So
the
this
one that they sing
does
when
not
people
have
go
a
home.
disadvantage because it's not targeting any of you. It's just potentially hitting all of you.
Wow. Wow.
As
Rude.
what high fantasy game would this be if the master couldn't cast Fireball?
It's a level. It's gonna be 20 to do that.
He is the master.
So big.
Don't
We're
you
level
be level
1.
5 to get access to 3rd level spells.
Actually,
you're a full
based on
caster.
all those comments, he's got an advantage.
Good.
Fine.
That's only if you're a full caster, though. If
Well,
you're a
in that
half
case-
caster, you
I
need to be
dare
higher
you.
level.
I'm gonna sing the rest of the song then. If I got nothing to lose.
So, including the 17 on the D20, that is 3 successes. As the eye sparks, there is a bead of energy that just shoots from it. And I think, Samantha, you're the one who clocks, as somebody who inhabited a caster in this simulation, you clock, wait a minute, I know that spell, and then it lands and detonates on all of you.
And as we go
Who
on,
here has a
we
defense? And what is
remember
it?
all the
it different from
times
guard?
we
It is different than guard, yes.
had together.
Is guard the dex or is that the defense?
No, defense comes
guard
from
is
your
dex.
armor.
Defense
Okay.
comes from armor.
Okay.
Okay, how much defense does like a too short T-shirt?
Let me put it this way: if you don't
Oh my
know,
god, are you wearing
probably
a
don't
cropped
have
t-shirt?
defense.
What's the name of it?
Is it a cropped t-shirt or just like a t-shirt you had back in middle school that you swear still fits but definitely doesn't?
Yeah, this is important. Did you? Is it a cropped T-shirt or is it a T-shirt that you just cut?
I wrote it's a green striped baseball tee. It's a bit too short and flowy in the torso.
This is good.
So,
This is a good look.
Dom,
What's the armor class on that?
Dom, you take 2 damage.
Cool.
If you have guard, it takes it from that first and then goes into wounds.
Cool.
The Chimera also does take damage. It was
Hell
fully
yeah.
in this area. Everybody else, you take 3.
I don't know what that means.
It means if you have guard, subtract that first, and then you take wounds.
I have 1 wound then. 'Cause I had 2 guard.
Did I?
You only
hit
had
you?
2 guard?
I didn't
I
hit
thought
you
you had
this
3
fight, did
guard.
I?
I had 3 guard before, but I lost 1 earlier.
Fine.
Fine.
Um,
The Arnold fight, I think.
for...
Oh, I should have said. I apologize. Guard resets every fight.
Okay, well...
So you would have been at full, so your guard is gone.
I have zero
fireball
guard.
rocked you.
Remember
guard and no damage.
me.
That said,
Nah, I'm not dead yet.
because of the kinetic shielding, you're not actively on fire. That said, the shield also takes the 3.
Okay. Does it gain any from crits?
It would technically... So here's the thing. It would, but it can't go higher than 2, I believe.
Let's see here. It has health equal to your intelligence score. What does it look like? And then mandatory special, restore 1 guard to the active force field.
Which it already had 2. I'm gonna say it
Okay,
can't
it doesn't...
go high. Yeah, I know it doesn't say. But you
Well, no,
sacrificed
I was
guard
just
to get
about to say, it says... So it says that it has health equal to my intelligence score, and then it says on a special it restores 1 guard. But it doesn't say how much guard it starts with.
You know what? That's fair. So, what happens is, it gains 1 guard, immediately loses it,
Okay.
and then melts in the fireball. Because I
Okay,
believe your intelligence is 2, correct?
That is correct. Okay, so that's done.
So that is gone. However, you did prevent the 3 of them from taking any fireball.
I'll take that.
Samantha, you also will take the 3, so you'll lose 2 guard, and I believe you have 1 wound now.
Yeah.
That is the Master's turn.
I'm way too good at goodbyes.
It's the D4's turn now. You watch as Arnold, Sid, and Megan just kind of look at each other. They don't say anything. They just look at each other. And then all start to step forward in unison. They look at the Chimera, size it up a little bit, and they get 3 dice plus a d4.
Oh!
Well, they're gonna do something badass, aren't they?
They teleport away because they ran away.
That's badass.
Now, for those of you at home, technically speaking, the D4 is a Paragon class called the Dictator. They control emotions and people, which is a major line for this campaign, so we took it out. Therefore, I'm kind of bending the rules of what they, as the holders of the D4, can do. In this case, they're casting Magic Missile. They do special. They do technically crit because they rolled a 4 on the D4. So yeah, that's 2 successes. That's 2 hits. Dom, you watch as 2 beads of force hit the bird head and the head of Caitlyn on top of it for 2 points of damage, and this Chimera is looking okay, but not great. It's not having a great day right now. That said, we're back at the top. Eileen, what are you doing?
Wait. Yeah, okay. The 4 people with the D4. are they still technically at far range? Or did they move to medium?
So here's the thing. Compared to the AD, they are still at far range.
Okay.
They are currently at medium range with the Chimera. Or, no, I'm sorry. They are close range to the Chimera. And seem to have no interest in backing.
Okay. Yeah, and sorry, they fired the magic missiles at the Chimera then, right?
Correct.
Okay, I misheard that. In that case, I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna run over to get in between the group of 4 and the Chimera, and just kind of do like a dive, because Eileen is dramatic as fuck and extra, and so she never does anything unless she absolutely doesn't have to. So she's gonna do like a diving combat roll, and then as she comes up into it, she's gonna bring her arm down and try to activate the force field again as a tower shield this time.
Are you putting it in front of yourself or in front of somebody else?
So I'm gonna have it in the state where it's still just connected to my arm.
Okay.
And then I don't know if that takes my action and my movement, or just my action, since I technically didn't change ranges.
If you're not moving enough to change range compared to either enemy, then you're fine.
Yeah, I'm just stepping in front of the group of 4 in the Chimera, which I think is still where I was.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and then it would be my action to pull the force field back up, and then I'll hold my movement to jump in front of... If the Chimera swings at any of these 4, I'm going to try to interpose myself in between that attack and whoever it's going for again.
I'll allow it. In that case...
And that'll be my turn, yeah.
We're back in Chimera Town, baby!
Woo! Chimera Town!
Chimera.
It does not have any advantages because it hasn't done anything to earn that. It does have a disadvantage on Dom.
Yeah, it does.
What's that? I'm trying to think of more emo songs. High School Sadie would be so disappointed in me.
When I was young.
Dom,
I'm trying to think of sadder ones, not meme ones.
you watch as it turns and goes to whip you with the spear tail. You manage to kind of... It hits, but you kind of grab it and go with it instead of letting it really hurt. It does not breach your defense.
Hell yeah.
However, it knocks you off balance enough that it is going to get an advantage next round against you if it is not killed before then.
If it's alive.
I chose my words very carefully. Ronnie, Araga has stood up and seems to be prepared to do something. Are you going to let Araga do something?
That seems like the wise move, yes. I am the fool,
Said
but
the
not
fool.
that big a fool. I have one moment of clarity here.
You're the fool, and arguably I'm doing the more foolish thing.
No, the
Getting
fool-
ready to jump in front of a Chimera attack.
No, see, I asked Gary to do something and letting him do it. That's the foolish thing of all. I win.
Okay,
Oh yeah?
Ronnie,
Well, I lost a fist fight to a snowman.
Yeah, we heard this story saying.
You heard it. I don't know if Twitch chat did.
He can
Ronnie.
tell at the end.
roll your fool's die, and only your fool's die.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Tell me if you land on a circle, a cross, or neither.
Landed on the cross.
Is that a good thing? No.
You
Oh, no.
landed on cross.
Sadie.
Araga looks you up and down, looks at Ronan, and you stare into Iraga's eyes. And you see calculation. You see the eyes change colors, one to that pink, one to the blue of the fair. And it goes through details. Details about your bargain. You can't leave, but Ronan can. If Ronan is not able, you are still not able. Or is there a way for you to leave? There's a way for you to get out of your fair bargain now. The reason is as it finishes this thought process, Araga goes ready to pounce and leaps forward. Jaw distends like a serpent, bigger than the cat's body, as it flies over your shoulder and lands behind you. Mouth back to normal, something large going down its neck into its stomach before vanishing back into Araga's normal state. All of this happening so fast, it takes you a second to realize that Ronan is no longer on your shoulder.
Oh no.
You have an action, and you have your movement. What are you doing, Ronnie?
I'm running over to the cat. And I'm going to use martial arts to kick it. He'll spit it up.
You are going to kick the
Wow.
cat. Roll your
Kick
attack.
that cat!
Spit it out, spit it out.
Hottest game show, everyone. The rules are simple. You kick the cat, we tell you if you win money or not.
Well, if we weren't banned on Twitch before.
This is going to look really bad out of context. He ate my bird.
Somebody clip this. Somebody just clip Jeff saying, I kick the cat.
Rolling. It's martial arts.
Oh my god.
6, a 2, and a 2.
That's one success. Unfortunately, Araga has been in some shit. Araga knows how to hold his own. You do not get past Araga's defense. He's a little more off balance. You're going to have an advantage against him next time. But Araga is mostly fine. Seems very... Honestly, looking at him, you're not sure if he realizes he's done something you would consider wrong.
That's how all cats look when you kick them.
Tough break,
How would you
Ronnie.
know
Looks
this?
like you aren't winning any money on Kick That Cat. I want
See some
everyone in
troubling videos.
Twitch to know that my window is open and my neighbors might be able to hear me.
Maybe. Zentalia is going to move over to the group of D4, places a hand on Megan's shoulder, who's at one end, and Sid's, who's at the other, with Arnold in the center. And you watch as these tendrils of crystal begin to grow from her arm and kind of begin to wrap around the shoulders that are being held. You're not sure what it does, but you don't think it's harmful from the looks of it. Samantha. It's your turn.
Okay. If I go down, is Bless still in effect?
Yeah, it's not dependent on you.
Okay. But would I know if any of the other 3 have healing capabilities?
You don't know.
We do not.
Actually, with these 3, it's unlikely. Maybe Ronnie could figure it out. Ronnie's been doing some weird shit, but Ronnie is currently in a foot fight with a cat.
The second I saw him try to kick the cat, I'm like, yeah, no, he's done. He's done for this fight. Damn it. The hardest thing about ever playing any class with healing capabilities is learning to make sure you're still up so you can help other people.
Just do something fun.
Yeah.
That's not a problem if you have a death wish.
Step back from the
it's
clouds.
fine.
What does Samantha want to do right now? What is Samantha's biggest concern? While you're thinking, some information for everybody as we continue. The AD has not been targeted, let alone touched.
Yes, he has. I grazed him with an energy bullet.
You're right, my mistake. The AD's barely been touched.
Thank you.
You're right, my mistake. The Chimera looks hurt, but still looks ready to throw down. Ronnie is kicking a cat, unrelated to any of the enemies actively trying to kill you.
Angela, if it helps, I would love some help with the Chimera, just so that it does not hit me next turn. Because if it does, I'm done for.
Okay.
Sometimes the defense is a good offense.
Then I will do the only thing I can and try to hit the Chimera with the Sunblast.
Hell yeah.
Go for it.
Which anime words do you shout as you blast the sun blast from your hands?
Oh god, I don't know. Pick an anime for me. Like, I can't think of anything cool to say right now.
Just put a bunch of syllables together and then go ha.
Super Ultra Omega Blast!
Exactly. She says all of that.
Funimation, hire me. I'll move to Texas for you. No, I won't.
What'd you get?
I would get shot in the streets of Texas on day 1.
The D12 is a 9. Was almost a 1. I might have had a heart attack for a second. The others are a 6 and 2 5s.
So, if you have a special, that activates.
I don't think let me double check. Nope, just attacks.
But that is 4 successes. So,
Hell yeah.
how do you end the existence of this Chimera?
I'm gonna take a look at it, see Caitlin's face. And kind of realize I haven't amounted to anything up to this point, but hopefully I can change that now. And with a quick apology in Caitlin's direction, I will just watch it burn up, the entire Chimera from the inside out.
And thus, you all watch as Eileen's face, or more accurately to Eileen's, Andy's face burns. Ronan's face burns. Caitlin's face burns. And you hear a whimper from Megan as her father's face burns.
Do Samantha, Ronnie, and Dom just think that Eileen is the most narcissistic, egotistical bitch in the world because the thing that manifested that's supposed to be super close and important to her was her own face?
Yep.
It's all these people like, oh man, it's the spear that I fell in love with. It's this person who was my best friend for years. Oh, it's just Eileen's own face? Wow, she
Samantha
must
would
really
think
be
there
full
was
of
a reason.
herself. Yeah, the reason is Eileen's she's so full of herself.
The Master's turn. Unfortunate. Looks at Eileen. Your marksmanship is truly impressive, as is your ability to defend. I think I can use that. And you watch as they grab at the D20 again. There is a flare, they crush it, and appearing and standing directly in front of the Master, shield up, is Eileen.
Again, Eileen.
We gotta kill 3 Eileens now, guys.
Wait, why 3?
Well,
Yeah, one's already dead.
Yeah. And then 2 is in front of the Master, and then 3 standing in between the Master and the D4 people.
Yeah.
You guys think I'm out here to have my character survive? Have you not been paying attention to the other chapters of this campaign/system story
Slash
thing?
the other campaigns you've been in where you try to die actively?
I've never actively tried to die.
This Eileen calls out. Sadie, can you talk as Eileen for me?
Hi, I'm Eileen. I'm a good Catholic girl, which means I love God and God hates me.
Hi, all of that was bullshit. But only one can get out of here. Rather it be the real one, not that phony.
I
Yes,
don't
Tom.
identify as a phony, I identify as a bastard. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know I do. But you ain't the bastard. And she's gonna fire a sniper at you.
Spoken like a true hoe.
Hey, Sadie, can you tell me what your normal dice pool for your sniper rifle is?
It's 4d6, and then if I'm adding my Neo die, it's a d10.
Okay. Did you roll your Neo die to your last shot?
Yes, because before the game we said it was activated.
Yes. Alright, thank you.
Which is why I can shoot from far without a disadvantage.
That is correct. Yeah, she's doing the same to you.
Cool.
That is your shield. Tower shield gets an extra guard.
Okay.
However, it then loses two guard, or
Loses-
loses the 1 guard and 1 hit.
And 1 health. Okay, so it still has 1 health done.
Correct.
Cool. That's still up.
Yep. As there is a chunk blown away. Eileen's firing a sniper rifle at Eileen.
Where is that chunk located? Is it like one of the corners or?
Yeah, it's one of the upper corners. It's not like anything that'll let them hit you until the shield's
Right.
dealt with, but like part of your shield's
Uh,
gone.
That's how I know you're not the real me. The real Eileen would have tried to put a bullet up my butt.
The real Eileen would take the shield out so they could.
Doesn't mean you can't do it at the same time. You really are a dumb hoe.
Anyways, Dom, what are you doing?
So there is still the AD, right?
Yes.
I do what I must. I pick up the hype spear.
Hype spear gone. Hype spear burned.
What do you mean? What do you mean the hype spear burned? It's metal. How does it burn?
Sun. I'm sorry, my friend. It was part of the Chimera, and the Chimera burned.
There goes my plan.
Alright, everyone. To say goodbye to the hype spear, this is Wonderwall.
Alright.
I don't actually know the words to Wonderwall. As a late 2000s, early 2010s emo, I don't know the words to Wonderwall, and it's
New plan.
not even a shame of mine.
New plan.
New
yes.
plan. I run up to the AD.
Okay.
I give him a hug.
Roll your charisma. You'd have an advantage because it's unexpected, but there's an Eileen in the way, so that's a disadvantage. So it's
I
just
have
your
bless.
charisma.
I've blessed, so that's an advantage.
No.
This is an emotional attack, so I think I roll my D8 as well.
It's an emotional attack, but you're trying to get it to feel the opposite emotion. The one that you
love
cannot
the opposite
access.
of sadness.
I'll allow you to roll the D8. You need all the help you can get in this moment. Also, Angela, your camera's gone. I don't know if it's intentional, but it's gone. There it is.
I got a 4 and a 5.
He kind of looks at you with confusion. You're breaking through, but this was not going to be an easy thing, my friend.
It's okay. Let it out. Let us out.
And let Jesus into your heart.
Sadie.
Kill the one that's talking to gods and the Earthwalker.
Decide what you want
And the Fool. Kill the Fool.
and make it happen.
Do all of those things.
Make what you want to happen happen. I gave up my happiness to be a successful writer.
Doesn't every writer do
Give
that?
us up so you can have what you want.
Frick sounds like every hipster that hangs out at the Starbucks down the street from me.
I told you I was about
I
to
gave
become
up
the
my
saddest
happiness
boy.
to become a writer. I moved away from my small town in Kansas to follow my dreams in the big cities of Minnesota. A
Listen,
true thing someone said to me once.
I'm from the small town of Ravendine, AD. Where you came and picked us up.
You feel a tap on the back.
Go home. It's okay.
Oh, I'm actually fucking crying.
It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to do this anymore. It's okay to give up. It's okay to let the game end, AD. I'm gonna keep talking.
So,
I'm gonna keep convincing
I'm gonna
the AD.
cheat.
Fair.
I need to go home.
The AD is going again. And he just whispers in your ear. You didn't have happiness before you came. Because you're too stupid to see where happiness comes from. And you didn't give up happiness here so you could have a successful writing career. For that, you needed to be successful in the first place. As he casts Vicious Mockery, and
Holy shit.
you're taking a harm, buddy.
Cool. I think my emotional state goes up by 1 level,
Yeah,
at least.
yeah. And actually,
Does it go
this
up
is
by
not
2?
an attack, so I'm not. I have to check something here.
Wait, I'm sorry, that wasn't an attack?
That was a spell.
I need an adult.
I hurt from here.
I need an adult. Someone in chat, please.
Okay,
send
no.
help.
You take 1 harm from Vicious Mockery.
Is this a porno that Brendan's in?
Oh no!
The D4 group looks at this. They're not doing anything. They
Will I ever be able
physically
to
don't
use my
know how to
typewriter
react.
again?
They are not attacking.
They're like, yeah, this is fair.
They're like, what do I do with this? Because here's the thing.
Oh,
They just watched Dom hug the AD. They didn't hear anything. And they
Yeah,
see
I
Dom
whispered-
react in physical pain. They are
I
going to
whispered all
cast
of
a
that
spell
right
to
into the
give
AD's
them
ear.
defense and nothing else. There is
You
now
well
a
stated.
wall of stone directly in front of the D4 group. Eileen, if you can pull yourself together, it's your turn.
I just picture, because Eileen saw that too, where Dom just walked up and hugged this thing, and then gets like a nosebleed from it.
Yeah.
And then we just hear Dom cry out in horror.
Yeah.
Will I ever be able to move my typewriter again? No idea what was said. Just a cry of horror. I'm gonna pee myself.
What you doing?
I think that was the best turn of a TTRPG I've ever taken.
I wanna go home. And I am home. This is my apartment. I just submitted my lease renewal today.
This is the same energy as I need an adult. Shit, I am an adult.
I am an adult. I'm almost old enough to rent a car.
Do we need to take a minute?
Oh my
You
god.
know what, yo? We're gonna take 5. We're gonna come back
Oh
at
my
9
God.
o'clock EST
Sadie's
and finish
broken.
this fight.
You ever have a turn so good you have to stop the stream?
Soon.
I can't see, the tears are coming.
Holy shit.
centuries later is when our story begins.
How is it that I might help you?
All right, y'all, welcome back.
We're back.
So, Eileen, what are you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm not gonna extend it, but I will just plant my shield in the ground so I have my second hand to hold my gun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna take my gun and then well, the AD's currently getting hugged. So against the other me, I will do sniper bullet up the butt.
You can certainly try.
Yeah. Is that 4? That's 4, and then wha-bam. Sorry. My Neo die only crits on a 10, right? It doesn't crit on a 6? Okay. So then I've got no crits, but 4 successes.
Shield is gone. And the other Eileen has to move aside a bit as some of their guard is now gone.
Up the butt.
Didn't quite get up the butt. They were actually fully expecting that.
Well,
Should have given you a disadvantage because you're aiming for a thing actively facing away from you. But
it's also against me, so I know exactly where the butt is.
Yes, sure. Anyway, that your turn?
Shield planted. Yeah, I'll use my movement to just kind of like stay in cover behind what's left of my shield.
Okay. She is going to return fire.
My shield has 1.
That is no crits, so no specials. Shield is gone. She's hitting you for 2.
Sniper bullet up there, but ow! I still had my earbuds in. I'm dead.
You're down? Your guard's
I had
gone
1
and you're
health.
dead?
I had 1 health, and then she hit me for 2.
The shield shatters inward. See, Eileen would go for the jokes. Eileen also knows Andy's out there somewhere. If Eileen wants to get to Andy, Eileen's got to get out. And she can't get out if there's a duplicate. That's her turn. Ronnie, you're up.
I can't hear
You are
Jeff.
muted.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
You're
Still
muted.
muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
There you are.
Okay, good.
Oh,
I'm trying
if
desperately
I'm-
to think of anything other than kick the cat because that's very bad optics.
Kick the
Do you
cat
kick a
up the
Raga?
butt.
No.
If I'm dead, that means I can nibble on bread like a gerbil.
I'll try to do something different. Kicking didn't work the first time. I used martial arts to grab this cat
You're still gonna fight Araga. Okay.
Of course I am. What else am I gonna do?
No, I understand.
Hug the cat.
No, like trying to reach down his throat and be like, let him go. Spin him up.
Okay. You're gonna try to get Ronan out. Okay. So.
I'm gonna fucking tear this cat apart before I let Ronan die.
Roll. Roll. You get an advantage because you beat his defense last time. You get a disadvantage because you are actively trying to reach down his throat.
Yeah. I'm desperately looking at the full moves. If there's, like, any advantage.
Honestly, add your fool's die because this 100% qualifies.
Steven?
Picturing a cartoon.
Yes, Sadie.
With Eileen's dying breath, could I give him a D3 to roll?
He's dying?
I'm gonna say no.
I can't give him a D3?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Wait, Jeff, you know Eileen's dead, right?
Eileen's dead? How'd that happen?
It was something that you said that just tipped me off.
She was just laughing her ass off earlier.
Okay.
And she
Yeah,
got
stop
killed
that,
by
Sadie.
And this
can't help
she got killed by her doppelganger.
Doppelganger. Okay. Well,
And you're still kicking the cat?
I'm not kicking the cat. I'm strangling the cat with martial arts and trying to grab Ronan from his throat.
How
Clip it.
foolish!
That's more.
Someone clip it!
I'm not paying attention at all to anything else that's happening.
Clip it!
Strangling the cat!
With martial arts.
Yeah. Via martial arts.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so I'm not adding a D3, right? What else can I do? I'm looking at the fool's rules here. There's like don't give a fuck. That's there's like certain moves that let me auto success the one, but one wasn't enough last time.
You need more than a 1. Also, you don't have any of the advancements.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
is that-
level
are these all
1 right
advancements?
now.
So you're
Okay,
looking at
never
the
mind.
advancements.
Okay, good. Ignoring all of that.
That said,
Um,
this is funny and I respect it. So you do have Make 'em Laugh. You can add a circle to your fool's die.
Jeff definitely made me laugh.
Make him laugh, any fool in the world loves it.
Oh. Okay. I'll allow you to do this, Jeff.
As I sang?
You have an ability called If All Else Fails. If you're in a dire situation you wish to escape, hand the GM your D6. Basically, you will not have access to your fool's die until I give it back.
Does that mean I auto success here?
Something lucky will happen.
Oh my god.
Take it. Fucking take it. Take
Oh
it,
my
asshole.
god.
The cat throws
Fool's
up.
die is
Lucky
mine
for
right
who?
now. I can't use it. Let me be clear. I don't get the fool's die. But Jeff can't use the fool's die.
I wasn't using it effectively before.
Jeff, there's a... And almost spitting out a hairball, which I am not going to mimic.
Thank
Araga
you.
spits out a massive hairball, which is just a feather ball, as Ronan shakes himself off. Wing's broken, little hurt, but you know,
I grab him and don't let him go.
he's out of Araga.
You stupid cat, why don't you do that?
Meow.
Meow. Meow.
Great, you won't talk to me either. Mona won't talk to me, the cat won't talk to me. I hate this reality.
I'm gonna say that's Ronnie's turn.
That's fair.
Samantha.
Zentalia's not going.
Zentalia is now acting as the D4.
Okay. And Remind me again, as far as abilities go, she can heal, but if somebody is dead, there's nothing she can do. I know with Dom, he had something where even when he hit 0, she could bring him back.
Yeah. I'm special.
There was one way last time.
You are. God damn it. One more waste than one.
Oh, Steven?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just because... Actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered. Never mind. I was just going to point out I had Blessed, which would be a disadvantage, but you did 2 damage and I had 1 health, so...
Yeah, I mean, she... Mechanically, just to be clear, the healing will not work. Okay.
To bring her back would be a miracle. But I'm also going to ask you this. Is Samantha's immediate thought resurrect Eileen immediately?
That's a good question.
Because you have other threats in the room. The answer
It's a
might
close
be
second.
yes, but if it's not first,
It's a close second.
If it's not first, you're last.
She is going to close her eyes. More out of habit than anything. I don't know how many of you are out there. I don't, right now, it doesn't matter. I am probably going to be here for a while if I don't die. So I'm guessing we're going to have a working relationship from here on out. But right now, we are outmatched. Pretty sure we're going to be outnumbered. We need something to level the playing field. Is there anything that any of you can do?
go ahead and roll your Godbinder die and tell me what you do.
Ten.
Not a perfect situation, but a pretty damn good one at the end of the day. You just hear a voice. Outmatched, are we?
Do I recognize the voice, or is it somebody different?
Sounds like the tiefling.
Okay.
Alright. I do so enjoy deals. But everything that happens here, I need you to understand. It's orchestrated. It's meant to happen. For better or worse. If you want to commit yourself to that web of fate, I think I could be quite helpful. You'll owe me a favor. I'll specify it later.
Do I understand commit? Like, is this something? Is he telling me that I can no longer call on Lilix? That I have to go for him?
You don't fully understand, but no. Especially
Okay.
given the relationship you think those two have, he would never.
Okay. I'm not even sure I'm gonna live through this. But if I do, yeah. I can think of worse deals than this.
You feel a hand on your shoulder. Your vision becomes almost tunnel vision, and you understand everything that's going to happen, because everything must happen. You have the level 3 relationship with the God of Fate. Effectively, you are now in that Avatar of Destiny form.
I didn't read that far ahead in the book.
Don't worry about it. Is your wisdom higher than your dexterity?
Yes.
Your guard is now equal to your wisdom and immediately jumps up to that,
Okay.
Hell yeah.
as if it were the start of the fight. All of your attacks, including spell attacks or your scriptures, gain special. This hit causes 2 hits, and special recover 2 guard.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
They also have mandatory double special. Everything has this. Which means if
Okay.
you roll 2 6s, you have to immediately add into this. You suffer a calamity and fall to 0 health.
Ah, great.
Oh my god.
That was not your action. What are you doing?
Oh, okay. What the fuck? Now can I do anything for Eileen, or do I have to concentrate on everybody
That's
else?
still a miracle. That is
Okay,
still
no.
a miracle.
Okay, fair.
But
What?
also, I
Oh.
think you'd inherently understand if you just rezzed Eileen right now, she would just immediately get shot again.
That's... Yeah, okay.
Prez
Um,
me! I got the perfect walk-on music.
I'm sure you do. Okay, I have 3 wisdom, so that means I have 3 guard
Yep.
now? Okay.
I don't have a way to share sound on this though, so I'll have to play it. So.
And is anybody in immediate danger?
Oh yeah.
Dom's in immediate danger. He's next to the lady.
Hundo P. I'm
He's
right
hugging
next to
the
Avery.
master right now and bleeding
Yeah.
from his nose. He's hugging Nancy Pelosi and bleeding from his nose.
Hmm.
Okay. But I'm too far away.
Yeah.
I'll try and get... If I got closer, would I be able to do anything for Dom this round, or no?
Not currently, because it'd take both your movements to get to medium range.
Fuck. Okay. But
Actually,
the other...
you know what? The last gift from the Fate God, because you're gonna owe a massive favor at the end of this, whether
Pretty
or
sure.
not you live.
Oh no.
You are currently in medium range. You could get to close range and do something if it's within close range.
Yeah, I was gonna do the healing light for Dom at least.
Go for it.
Okay, that is a 4, another 4, 6, and a 10 on the D12.
Okay. Healing light, heal the target within a short distance, 1 health per success, up to max level, so Dom can regain 2 health. And
Oh,
you got a
hell
special,
yeah.
so there's 1 extra, so you can have 3.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you have a choice, Samantha. You can either heal 1 extra health, inflict another disadvantage on anybody attacking Dom for the rest of this encounter, or the target gains an advantage to any attack made against creatures of darkness for the rest of the encounter.
And we still haven't determined who the creatures of darkness are.
Correct.
Then, yeah, I would absolutely go for the health for Dom.
Dom, you
If my
regain
hair was long enough, I'd throw it over my eye.
Sick.
It's
That
me.
is all of my
I'm the
health.
darkness.
bet.
And it's not a thing.
That's movement and action. We move to the AD. The AD's still not super happy Dom exists right here, right now.
I'm gonna need you to rephrase that, Steven.
Hmm?
I'm gonna need you to rephrase that because the AD cannot feel any emotion, according to you. Does not feel emotion.
You're right. I will
So
rephrase. The AD does not like that you are holding it right now.
Alright.
And therefore is going to honestly, he's just gonna continue whispering in your ear.
Do it. Do it.
It is an attack, so it's one disadvantage.
I love the baby.
Only one success. So he will have an advantage next time, as he's just whispering in your ear. Success can be easy. Success is really reaching a bar that you set for yourself. But you don't even know how to do that. You have no goals, so how could you find success? Dom, it's your turn.
The AD is like a reverse therapist.
The AD is very happy with the spell Vicious Mockery.
Oh, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get to pilot the doppelganger Eileen since I'm dead?
Nope.
Aww,
Don't worry, they'll be
kill the
involved.
other people. I wanted to kill the other people.
Don't worry, you'll be involved.
Oh no.
Do I need to go look up how to do one of my previous voices? Okay.
I think Dom is going to continue with this strategy, but try to. Dom is destroyed at this point, just utterly weeping. I think he lets go of the AD, drops to his knees, and is just full tears.
Roll your charisma, I will allow you to add your D8.
No. Here's what I'm going to do. In a last-ditch effort to not even try to get the 80 to give up on this game, but just to stop doing what he's doing, I think Dom is going to use creative violence,
That
which
sounds
is
messy.
my skill. What level did we decide on that for my at least 2, right?
You are back at 2 because you vented once and then went back up to 2. You're at intense.
He vented?
So-
Sus, I'm calling a meeting.
So, with my current creative violence, and tell me if this will work, I could defeat a mob, a blockade, a village, or a strength.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the strengths of the AD right now is his inability to feel, right? The thing's inability to feel. I want to take that away. I want to make the AD understand what they are doing to us by toying with us. I want the AD to feel empathy.
Poor NBA All-Star Anthony Davis.
And so I think I'm just gonna sit there and say,
Dom,
doing anything you wanted.
roll a d8. Roll your d8. And tell me the result.
Welcome to
Money.
System Agnostic, where we discuss if a machine has a soul.
Stay
I
tuned
hope
next
they
week
do.
where we just play with Midjourney. And
I hope they do.
ChatGPT.
I hope they do. Otherwise, I've been treating my Siri so well for nothing when the robots take over.
If the result is equal to or less than my emotional level.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
What'd you get?
4.
Okay. That is higher than your emotional level. You succeed outright. First of all,
Oh,
you feel purged.
I misread that.
Yeah.
I thought it was the opposite.
No.
Hell yeah. I win.
You feel purged. All your emotion gone. As it transfers. And it begins. It understands what it's doing to you all. It's hurting you. It's ending lives. It ended the life of somebody who you, even if you didn't know before all this, you became somewhat close to. It's keeping you here, away from family, away from friends. And it starts to understand how you might be feeling about it. I would say, Dom, please roll your charisma. There is no defense. This is effectively an attack.
Did he just Care Bear stare the AD?
Yep.
I got a 3 and a 4 on the charisma.
One success against the AD. His guard is down. He does not understand what is happening, why he is feeling this. And he is beginning to panic a little bit.
Sadie.
That is Dom's turn.
That's my turn. It's a good
The
turn.
D4 is going to attempt to take advantage of this situation, and once again, magic missile.
I should have poked some eye holes in these.
80 with 3 successes and 1 special. You watch as these hit the AD, and it looks like he's about to fall back, and the eye flares. And he holds himself up and together. But you don't think he should still be standing. That should have killed him. It didn't. That's their turn. Eileen,
That's me.
I got questions.
I might have answers.
Okay. You are on the ground. Tell me about Eileen's favorite smell.
Favorite smell?
It's a good
Napalm in the morning.
I think. For Eileen, it's probably like. I don't know if this is an actual smell other people experience or if this is just something my brain has concocted over the years. But if anyone has ever been to like an old cathedral or an old church, that like weird old musty smell that like the really old Bibles and hymn books have,
Oh, yeah.
I think that's one that she finds very comforting.
That's lovely.
And I think she would probably
I don't think she would admit it, but I think that is her favorite.
You can't smell that. You smell body odor. Specifically, a very concentrated odor. Nah, that's harder. But you smell your friends. You smell Ronnie. You smell Samantha. You smell Dom. You
I think I know what you're doing.
The pulse in their
And
necks.
I know what you're doing, and I love it.
And you understand one thing in particular. You can go home. You can get back to Andy. You can live. You can smell again.
Yep.
All you gotta do is kill one of your friends.
Yep. Closest smell. Going to it. Am I allowed to use my equipment that I have on me? Or have I lost, like, the ability to know I have my equipment?
So,
I assume I've probably lost a good amount of, like, my abilities to shoot a gun, but I had daggers on me.
your shield is gone. You cannot resummon your shield.
Okay.
Even if you have more fair gold, you cannot resummon the shield.
Okay.
You do have the gun.
Yeah, do I still retain my abilities to shoot that, though? I don't know how being fallen works.
Inability to turn the safety off.
I'm going to say all of your stats are the same.
Okay.
You have Brutal Claws, which means you have an advantage on hand-to-hand attacks. This is represented by your daggers. You don't actually have claws.
Got it.
You know what? This makes sense. You have Frenzied. You have another advantage on hand-to-hand attacks, but you cannot have Guard.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care about guard. I care about getting home.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask you this. How badly do you want to get home? How badly do you want to kill one of these three others in order to get home?
I would be willing to do all but 3 things to kill these people in order to get home.
But you would kill one of these 3 people to get home.
Yes, these 3 people are not one of the 3 things.
You are virtually unstoppable. Your current health is twice your constitution.
So my health is 4.
Go off, Eileen.
All right, is there
the
anyone
closest
within...
ones are Ronnie and Samantha.
Cool. I'm gonna roll a d4. I'm going for Samantha. I run up, I pull my daggers out, and then all of a sudden you hear... I don't know how well that came through. And then I stab Amanda.
Absurdly well.
Don't know who Amanda is.
Stabbing Samantha.
Not Amanda, Samantha.
This is
Who the hell is
unfortunately
Amanda?
strength. You cannot attack with your dex as a fallen.
That's fine. So
However, it's 2 advantages.
I get 2 for my strength, and then I get 2 advantages. Is that it?
Samantha's very focused ahead. Is that a fair statement, Angela? You just feel dumb. Do you think you'd be more focused on that area than Eileen's body?
How much time has passed?
Like 3 seconds, maybe.
Oh, then yeah. No, I would be concentrated on Dom.
You get 1 more advantage because Samantha does not see this coming.
Coolio. So I've got 2 for my strength and 3 for advantages. All right. Oh, that was good. I don't know if I get any specials, but 2 of them are crits. And then 3 isn't a success. So 4 successes, 2 2 of those successes are crits.
4 successes, 2 crits. You do not have special because none of your fallen abilities are special. So that's just 4 successes against Samantha.
Whoa.
I'm going home, baby.
Are you still standing, Samantha?
I don't think so. Even with the extra guard, my wisdom was 3, and I had 1 health, so...
You heal Dom. And then your thought process gets back to Eileen. Like, it's been bouncing back and forth back to Eileen, but something about it keeps calling you back to her. Just something about the fact that she's dead. And you're not sure what it is, and then it finally clicks. Arnold had died. Arnold became a fallen when he died. And as you come to that realization, you start to turn. And you feel the daggers plunge into your heart. And you drop to the ground. Eileen, there is a moment of electricity going between Samantha's D12 and your D10 that sparks you and moves through you. You can breathe normally. You can smell. The temple was above you. It had that must. You can still smell it. You can smell. You don't smell your friends anymore. You're alive. You can leave. And I will say, the doppelganger melts in this moment.
Nice.
Jotaro. Deal. Oh.
But you also realize what you've just done.
Oh, no.
Ronnie, it's your turn.
Angela and I are just going to go back and forth killing each other until this is over.
Nope.
How much health do I have? Do I have any guard back? What am I working with here, Steven?
That's a good question. Roll me your Neo die.
Cool. I'm actually going to get, because I bought a new set of dice a while ago, so I'm going to use my new D10. It's themed, well, you can't see it, but it's got Rapunzel from Tangled on it.
That's fun.
I got a 7.
7? Okay. You still have the health that you have as the Fallen.
Cool.
Unfortunately, you also have the guard that you had as the Fallen.
Cool. So I've got 4 health, no guard. Alright.
Ronnie, what are you doing?
Casting Healing Touch on Ronan.
Roll it.
Okay.
It is, I believe, your charisma. You are not adding your fool's die.
All right. Not adding my fool's die. 4, 3, and 3.
1 success. Ronan heals. I'll be fine. But they still don't have a die. You don't think they can leave. Not in this situation.
Yeah, I'm just turning back to Iraga. And like, why would you do that? Why would you eat my best friend? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, we've known each other through so many lives.
Stares up at you. I'm going to allow you to roll your Fool's D6 one more time.
Okay.
Tell me if it lands on a circle, a cross, or neither.
But the cross is effective help and landing on the cross, does that like, reset?
Usually it would, but not in this case.
Okay. It landed on a 4, so neither.
Okay. Araga gets ready, leaps up again, scratches at your face.
Ooh.
You go
Fine.
to defend. Actually, this is important. That's Eileen. Where's the D6?
It's in my left shoulder.
Scratches at your shoulder. You reach up to defend. In that moment, Araga is back down and has once again swallowed Ronan.
Damn it.
But has also swallowed the D6.
Put the lime in the coconut and shake it all up.
And
Shut
you
up.
realize to pull Ronan out again risks both of you permanently being stuck here. Because you would also have to retrieve the D6. Basically, you think Araga's going home if the decision is made. But because Ronan is in Araga's stomach, Ronan's going with him. You also know, if Ronan's to make it back alive, you should finish this fight rather quickly.
This is all Araga's ploy. Get out of here.
I'm gonna say, that's not your action. What are you doing, Ronan?
Who's all still on the board?
Just the AD
The
at the
AD.
moment.
And me.
Oh, I'm talking about your enemies. You also see Samantha dead on the ground. Eileen standing over her, daggers bloody and drawn and bloody. And Dom on his knees, weeping at the feet of the AD.
Stupid.
What a
How
scene.
close is Samantha?
You could get within range. You could get within melee range.
Then melee range will finish off Samantha.
Oh, Samantha's already dead.
Will healing touch do anything on her?
No.
No? What's the point of getting in melee range then?
You could also get within melee range of the AD.
That's no good either because my weapon is a ranged weapon.
You could also fire at the AD.
If that's the only enemy in sight right now, yeah, I'm too upset at the situation. I'm just gonna shoot my longbow with the AD.
Okay. Fire away.
Shoot me down, but I won't fall.
How many am I rolling? 3.
Just your dexterity.
Okay, that's 3. 4, 6, and 2.
2 successes. I don't believe your longbow has a special. So just the 2 successes. Again, you see him start to fall. But he doesn't. He just seems to... The arrow vanishes. It hits, he starts to fall, and then there's almost like reality glitching around him. There is no more arrow, he's just standing there.
Raga, I don't care what you do, just save my bird.
It's gonna eat your bird.
Shut up, you're dead. No, you're not dead. You just like threw yourself at the feet of the enemy.
Speaking of, hey Dom, you're up. We'll get to you again, Samantha. We're just gonna wait to let you cool for the round and then.
All right. Here
Hey,
we
you
go.
got that 1 turn cooldown for being dead.
Now that I have 0 emotion, all emotion has been vented from me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know how the AI feels.
Yep.
So I do
Rose,
what-
Not everybody is still alive.
Do we want to count off the dead people?
Well, there were 2. There was 1, and now there's another one, but it's a different one, and the first one came back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun time in Die.
So, also sorry everyone, I promise I am paying attention, but I also have to hem these pants today. So,
You're good. What are you doing?
that's what we're doing. Now I know how the AI feels. How the AD is feeling about this situation. And so, I do what I think the AD would do.
Kill everybody.
I try to end the game. I take Caravox. I stand up slowly. Bring it down on the AD's head. And I just get my strength. Right? Do I get Bless still? No, Bless doesn't help. Never mind.
Just
All right.
know.
How tall is Dom again?
Like 6'2".
6'2"? Wow, it's really amazing that with that axe, he's able to reach the head of 7-foot NBA All-Star Anthony Davis.
It's a big axe.
It is a bit.
So Steven,
Yeah.
I got 2 1s and a 6.
Okay. It's 1 point. The AD does not have defense.
It's 2. Because
2 wounds, because it's 2 wounds.
I chose brutal for Caravox. This is 2 wounds.
You swing down and you connect with the head, and then reality glitches again. And they are fine. Caravox is back in your hand as if you had never swung.
Is this not the real Caravox?
You've seen this happen a few times now. Even the real Caravox, this thing still has power here. The AD still has the powers given to them. And you get the sense one of these abilities is to cheat death. However, if they're bound by the same rules you are, they can't do it forever. That said, it's his turn. And now he feels emotion. And the first bit of emotion, just take a wild guess what he's feeling right now.
Anger!
Little higher.
Rage!
Little higher.
What's higher than that?
Unbridled
Yes,
hatred.
Cue the unbright, or cue the heavy metal music.
One disadvantage, because the bless spell is still up. I'm gonna say one advantage, because he is now fully trying to murder you with the passion of somebody who hates you.
Disrespect your surroundings!
I'd like to remind Twitch chat, my window is open, and there's a good possibility my neighbors can hear all this. Steven killed you, by the way.
I rolled a nat 20, which for the AD counts as 2 successes. And I rolled 2 more successes, including a 6. You take 3 points of damage, and you are actively on fire.
Cool.
You stand
I am not down because I was healed back to full. I am at 0.
You are at 0,
So
you are dead.
Oh, right, because I vented. I don't have my abilities
You're
anymore.
not feeling sad, buddy.
Yeah, I don't feel sad, so I die.
But wouldn't that mean you feel happy because that's what you
begins
said you wanted to do?
That's the end of the AD's turn. He looks around. We are playing Die, Rose, which I will explain at the end of this.
I was.
So, the AD looks around, looks at Eileen, looks at Ronnie, looks at the D4. I would like each of you to roll a d6.
Yeah. Oh.
6 is in my 5.
4.
3.
Angela, it's been a while since it's happened, but you have frozen on... Nope, you're back. Did you roll?
Oh no, that's just me. No, I
Okay,
didn't roll.
cool,
Am I
you're real
supposed to?
still.
Quick, Angela, roll
Gee,
a
I
2.
wonder why.
Roll a d6.
Roll a
Roll
2.
a 2.
Roll
Roll
a
a 2.
2. Roll a 2. Roll a 2.
I got a 4.
Alright, so Eileen, what
That's
did you
probably
get?
better for us, but it would have
3.
been funny.
So you rolled 3 successes.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
The AD looks at those still standing. Looks at Zentalia. He made me understand. He made me feel empathy.
It's the worst thing you can do to your enemy.
I hate this. You beings are complicated, even you. I am done with all of you. The game is over if you agree that it's over. What say you? Looks at Eileen.
What's the die system's equivalent of an insight check? And can I make it?
It'd be wisdom. I'm not going to make you do that. They said the phrase. They said the game is over. If all living players agree that the game is over, the AD cannot lie. The AD is forced to release you.
Cool. I think I'll look down at Samantha, who I brutally murdered to Giorno's theme from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And then a quick whiff of that musty old church book smell comes up, and I say, I agree, the game's over.
Looks at Ronnie. This is a formality. But if you agree, then I'm sure the cat will as well.
Can't charge for the D6 now?
Rose, we should turn that into a TTRPG system. Rose asked if this was Squid Game. Let's make it a TTRPG system.
Well, Ronnie.
Oh, Stephen, where's the button? Is it time for the button?
The button they very want.
The button that we've been waiting for all
There's not a the
4
button.
chapters.
Ronnie. Is the game over?
No. I don't know what's going on. There's too many rules. I don't understand it. Whatever terms you have, I don't agree to them.
They aren't terms. You say the words, the cat leaves, and the bird inside the cat leaves.
But the bird leaves inside the cat. Right? That bird stood by my grave because I left him for a tree person. And I stole his life. And I just want to make that right. Let me make that right.
End the game. And I will make sure the bird does not stay inside the cat. You have my word. You hear from the group of D4, the D4 from Sid. Ronnie, you hear. If you don't believe him, you can believe me. I'll take Ronan out once we get to the next destination. I'll make sure of it. I've got away with Araga.
Let him have the life that I took from him. Fine. Let it be. I agree. Whatever that means, I agree.
The group looks at each other, and again, no words are said. Until Zentalia stares dead in the eyes of the thing that has held you all for so long. The game is over. There is a flash in the room. Eileen, you, Sid, Megan, Arnold, and Zentalia stand in the ruins of a familiar manor house. In front of you is a man wearing a familiar holy symbol, panting heavily, and a cat, which Sid immediately goes to and begins to coax out an injured, slightly slimy and saliva-covered Ronan, who is very much alive, and strangely enough, very much real.
Cool.
Behind you stands a little Quicksilver girl who blinks. Gods, I hated all of that. Never let me feel emotion ever again. I am going to put that world into the smallest box I can find within myself and never think or feel things. And it immediately becomes a small sphere, shivers, and then becomes a bucket. A wad of paper is spit out from the top of the bucket. Megan just looks at it, picks it up and unfolds it, and shows it to you and the man. It just says, "God's damn it." Eileen, what do you do?
I think first things first is I'm gonna check around myself. Like I'm gonna feel in the corner of my eye. Is the die still there? I'm gonna try to pull up the fair field again. Do I still have my gun? Do I still have my shield on my arm? Because I think there's a part of Eileen that doesn't believe she's back. And if she sees any of those things, it's just gonna kind of confirm for her that something happened and she might not be back.
Roll a d10. As we have one more problem to resolve for Eileen.
I got a 5.
You have no gun. You have no knives. There's no d10. What arm did the shield come from?
Right arm. This, yeah, right arm.
Your right arm ends just above the elbow. As the second fair was right. There was a consequence to accepting the gift. You're back.
Is it like currently bleeding, or is it like
Nope,
after it would have been healed and it's just like a little nub?
It's almost like the lower part never existed. It is just the nub.
Okay. I think having some confirmation that we're back in, or at least what she's hoping is the world they left. Her first instinct is to go check on Megan and Arnold and make sure those two are okay, because she knew them better than she knew Sid. And then after she figures out if they're okay or not, she's gonna run out and try to figure where she is and how she can get back home to Andy.
As you're checking the other two, Arnold does not have his eyes. And you ask Megan if she's all right. And she opens her mouth to speak, and there is no tongue. She cannot speak.
I think I would know that this is the museum manor, right?
You would know
Yeah,
this is the manor. You
The manor.
weren't aware it became... Actually, for sake of narrative ease, you've been here even in real life before. You know this place is a museum. Or
Okay.
was, and it got utterly destroyed somehow.
Yeah.
But you know you're a long way from Raventine.
I think I would run immediately to, if there's a gift shop or something, and then just grab a bunch of pens and as many scraps of paper as I can, so Megan always has a way to communicate if she needs it. And then
I'd start working with everyone and checking in and seeing how we can find ways to get home.
The man actually grabs your shoulder before you run too far. Actually, he lets you get the paper first. And as you're kind of checking in, he slowly begins to break the circle. Sid kind of holding on to Ronin. Iraga has fucked off to who knows where. But a cat's gonna cat, so, you know. So, I know this is probably a lot to take in. I'm glad you're out, but I was led to believe there were going to be more of you. They didn't all make
It's a
it,
long story.
you say, and Arnold speaks at the same time. The man nods. To get any of you home, that'll have to be enough. There's a lot you need to know about home, but we can get there if you're willing to give me time to help you. It's not as simple as going back. Not for all of you. At this point, there is a loud crash as the front door fully falls off its hinges. As a man you've never officially met before, but who, for the players, is Aaron Descala, the man who was not killed at the end of Chapter 2 by the man with the holy symbol, just knocked unconscious before the AD took off, and was healed by the man with the holy symbol. AKA a man, Eileen, you saw just recently, at least his face. And as Megan runs to him immediately, you realize this is probably her father.
I think I follow her when she starts taking off running. I think I'll follow her like halfway before I realize that. And then I won't move away, but I'll just turn to give them a little privacy. But I think Eileen is still on edge that something's gonna happen because the end can't beat this. This is too quiet / peaceful. There's got to be something coming, and she wants to be ready for it.
On edge, Arnold follows, and, for sake of narrative expedience, in talking, you learn that the three did not escape their encounter with the fair unscathed. They had a choice: restore Arnold's sight, but remain trapped and die until one of them was killed. Or Megan and Sid could lose something to complete this trio. Arnold cannot see, but can see through the other two, if they're nearby. Megan cannot speak, but the other two know her thoughts and can speak for her. And looking at Sid and the smooth skin where his ears used to be, Sid cannot hear, but he can hear what the other two hear if they are close enough. but they're home. Zentalia looks at you all before she just seems to slip into the earth. Not a word of thanks or apology. But you see the look on her face. While there is some relief that she is free, fully free, the fact that others died and were trapped for her does not sit well. But you also know, for certain, that if Zentalia is one who will destroy Quelmar, she will not do it anytime soon, and she will not do it because of this. Your world is safe, or as safe as it's ever been. As we move away from this, Ronnie, as you stand in the middle of this chamber, you're partially alone. A way has opened into the cavern before you, and you see a familiar Rakshasa, hairless pink. You decided to stay.
I don't need your validation, Poodine. I know I did the right thing.
If you believe it, then you did. I'm not here to validate or invalidate. I'm just here to collect.
I saw him in by that tree because I chose to die. To be with the Dryad woman.
You didn't choose to die. Hey. And at this, she kind of grabs your face, and Poudine is a lot of things. Empathy does not come easily to her. So while she understands the moment you're having, it's not a gentle lifting of your head. She just lifts your head to look at her. You did not choose to die. Don't forget, I was there. Aranwe was there. And while Aranwe chose where his soul would end, he did not choose to die. And neither did you. You chose to let Ronan get out, to have him live, and Ronan chose how to live. And Ronan gets to re-choose that again, because you did the same thing Aranwe did.
He deserved that at the very least. Chance to choose to live.
And now you can choose to live. And you can choose how you live. You're welcome in the tavern. It's familiar to me, so I took it over. You're welcome in the inn. Or you can help them. And as she says that, Samantha, what is your favorite smell? Dom, I will be asking you this same question, so please be thinking of it.
Probably the blueberry
man.
scones from the nearby coffee shop.
You can't smell that anymore. You don't smell anything anymore. You feel sluggish. You feel you don't remember your birthday. You don't remember your mother's name. You don't remember Caitlin. You just feel empty. Dom, what is your favorite smell?
I tell people it's black coffee from the coffee shop where I write my novels. But really, it's the smell of the ice cream parlor next door.
Not only can you not smell that, you don't remember the ice cream parlor. You don't remember your favorite grandparent. You don't remember the best book you've ever read. You don't feel happy. You don't feel sad. You don't feel angry. You don't feel anything. Yes, Angela.
Just a question. Do I have any sense of self from before at all?
You know your names. You know the names of those who were here. You don't know if they're still here. You know the gods you bargained with. And more importantly, you know you owe one of them a great deal. But that's it.
Do I remember the battle right before? What killed me?
You don't
Okay.
for narrative expediency, you remember dying, and the two of you come to consciousness. You are fallen, but the game is over.
Then, in that case, don't know if I have eyes anymore, but I am going to look down at the ground and just say, I'm sorry. I tried. I failed. Like always. And I don't know if it's possible for a fallen to do this, but can they claw their own throat out?
They can, but there's another peculiarity to the fallen. Or rather, player fallen. They don't stay dead. And when you get up and try the second time, you feel a hand on your wrist. Gentle, but firm. And you see Pudin. You didn't fail. You couldn't save them all. But some went home. Eileen is home. Megan, Sid, Arnold, they're home. and the deal you made. Zentalia is free. You did not fail.
I guess that'll have to be enough.
Dom, you come to consciousness. What do you do?
Where am I?
You're in the cavern. You see Ronnie, Samantha, Poodle.
What's going on? Did we, where's the AD?
Back
Do
in
we get to
control
go
of
home
the
now?
whole. The game ended. They went home.
Oh,
But they put this world very deep into its... I suppose you would think of it as a subconscious. Because to destroy us would be to let us inhabit it in a way. Effectively, it would force it to feel things. Whereas if it compartmentalizes us, it compartmentalizes the thing that forced it to feel empathy.
And maybe we make it remember.
There's time for that. But it'd be better if you were alive and remembered that yourself. So, if that's something of interest to you, Ronnie, what do you say? You want to help him out? Go on an adventure?
Sorry, help him out with what?
Return to life.
are we not? What do you mean?
We fell, Dom.
What?
At this point, I don't really know what life means.
Oh.
But sure. I've always been attracted to the familiar.
So we don't get to go home.
Not yet.
I felt the cleric at the start. I helped them because the symbol felt familiar. Felt like the symbol of an old friend.
Out of
I can
character.
help now.
That was a Ronway, not Ronnie.
Isn't it all the same?
Not in this instance. Effectively, Ronnie's gone through a lot of simulations. Ronnie has felt what a Ronway felt, but really only in that adventure. And a little post-mortem. But a Ronway existed. A Ronway was a real person in Quelmar history. They have an afterlife. And that Aranwe chose to help. Chose to help Ronnie.
It's kind of what makes it hurt. Is that Ronan was real, Ronan was real. Ronan spent his whole life standing by his grave. this is the least that Ronnie can do. Give him a chance to live again. And live an actual life.
And on the subject of living again, would you like to help me help them live again?
Sure. It doesn't feel much different. I don't know what living really is at this point. Simulation, not simulation. But I want authenticity.
We can find out together. All four of us. And at that, she kind of drags Samantha, half drags, half pulls you over to Dom, so she can grab both of your hands at once. Okay.
Alright, but I'm gonna need some coffee first.
You won't be able to taste it. We'll get you there. We'll get you situated.
Where do we go from here?
Boudin just smiles. And if Dom and Samantha let her, and Ronnie follows, Boudin leads you out of this cavern.
Yeah.
Into the rest of the world. Of this small, packed away world in a strange, highly sentient, highly damaged bucket. In a part of Quelmar far from where it began. And that, dear friends, is
Don't
where we
say
end
it.
System
No.
Agnostic.
No!
Both the chapter and the story as a whole.
It's okay. The best part of me already got out.
Thank you all who decided to watch this weird little game that I started running on a whim after last year's QuellmarCon. Thank you to my fucking amazing players who decided to come on this journey with me and were willing to let me put them through emotional bullshit. And now we end how most games in Guelmar end first. Does anyone have any plugs?
Buy tickets to QuellmarCon.
Do it. Do it for Dom, because Dom can't.
I have first class on Wednesdays. I need to go attend Underdark High School. You all need to suffer it with me. That's all.
Cool.
Is that every week or every other week?
It's supposed to be every week.
I
It should
understand.
definitely be next week. Next Wednesday.
Sadie, I know you have your usuals. Angela, anything?
Yeah, Cyberpunk. It's a week from Monday.
Sadie, hit us with all of them.
Oh yeah.
It feels weird to do something so lighthearted after that, but it's always good to end with a laugh and a smile. So, ladies and gentlemen, as well as everything in between, as well as beyond of Quelmar, or if you're my friend Mary, or
Bitches,
if you're
bros,
my
and
friend all non-binary hoes,
After these games, I give you, as per the request of my fellow player Brendan, updates on my dating life. Thank you for the
We
hello,
haven't
hello,
done it for
hello.
3 weeks, so they're better. They're better.
We have not done it for a while at the request of Steven that I save it for the final one. So, when last we left off, I had deleted Bumble from my phone in order to install 5 other dating apps. And then I promptly deleted all 5 of those dating apps because reasons that I won't get into. And so then I was left with just Tinder. And then I am happy to announce that a Tinder match that I had yielded a second date.
Whoa!
For which I was promptly stood up
Goodness!
at. I got stood up at the second date.
Damn.
Never showed. Since then,
Oof.
I've cleared out my
Wow.
Tinder once again, where I unmatch with people who don't answer to me or have since changed things in their bios that would lead me to believe we wouldn't be a good fit anymore. I'm back to having 0 matches at square one. And it doesn't help that I work from home, so I don't get to see people during my day. But, as always, I'm a hopeless romantic who was raised on Disney movies, so I'm sure I'll find it eventually. I just need a handsome princess to save me from my tower on the 4th floor of my apartment complex. The second plug, since I haven't gotten to make it in a while, come to QuelmarCon, everyone, where I will be running my new system away that I have created. That's right, folks. At QuelmarCon 2023, I will be running away. And then, lastly,
Sadie, I really need you to show up to QuelmarCon and then immediately leave.
well, I won't be
Just
leaving.
run
I'll just be
away.
running away.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways,
That'd be great.
and then for what is going to be the last time as a system agnostic plug. And now it's time for Silly Stories with Sadie, the part of the show where Sadie comes out and tells a silly story. This is a story that I've been practicing and working on since I started doing these for System Agnostic. So I hope I can do it justice. And I'm reading chat now. I'm sorry, James. I'm not actually going to QuelmarCon. It didn't fit in my schedule. It's just a joke that I've been making that I will be running away. But anyways, our story. I've got a story to tell. And it's a good one. See, there was this bully, right? Didn't even seem like the bully type. Walked right up to me and told me, "You look like a cookie bite." I said you could be right, but me, I'm not the looky type. So I walked away and then he hit me with a cooking knife. He said, "Did I tell you you could walk away?" But I responded no, and then he hit me with an 8 punch all up in my face. And then I lost my patience. So I spinned around and whipped out 2 of my ray guns. He said, "Oh no," and then he tried to run away. But I said, "Oh no, no, little homie, you messed up my day." So I caught up to him and I punched him in the face. He said, "Ah ha ha ha," then he hit me with some nace. It left a taste, but I absorbed it without a trace. Then I looked at him and said, "I'm about to put you in your place, so you better say your grace." Then I chopped him in the waist. These arms may be weak, but they gonna leave you in a brace. And that's your reminder to never mess with me while I'm jellyfishing. This has been Silly Stories with Sadie, a part of the show where Sadie comes out and tells a silly story. And yes, that is an actual song you can look up. No, it is not an official song by SpongeBob.
All right, then. I have few words for that. So, again, thank you all. Thank you all for coming along for this madness. And for the last time, my lovelies, how do we end a game?
Keep
Where are you?
rolling.
I lied. Yes, I will. Rose, I will.
Keep
Nope.
See,
Quiet.
keep
Quiet.
keep
roll the
on
19.
keep in Did you have something else to say, Steven?
Yes, I did.
Lie.
Shush. Anyways, die. It's a great RPG system.
Yeah, it's literally good.
Basically, instead of classes, you have the paragons, which are the dictator, who, you know, very hit or miss whether they should be in a game, but basically their words can control other people and how they feel. We did not have a dictator, because that is a line for us, and we don't cross that. There is the fool, who was played by our lovely Jeff Bitterbaugh, or as Nell calls them, Jeff Bitterbaugh.
I thought it was Buter
Proper
Bob.
dramatic pronunciation.
Right. It's in the proper Lovecraftian. Anyways.
Butterbow.
That's the farthest wrong everyone's ever been.
The fool.
What did you
yeah?
say, Sadie?
The
Is
fool.
that a challenge, Jeffrey
Nope.
Anderson?
Shush. The fool basically
That was
just
pretty
runs
good.
into challenges blindly, and as long as they keep doing that, things tend to go their way. There is also the Emotion Knight, played by the lovely Breck,
Hi.
who picks an emotion, and the stronger they feel that emotion, the more dangerous they become. It's a bad time for those who face an Emotion Knight. There's then the Neo, who is basically the cyberpunk kid in a fantasy world.
Do I need to explain the memes again?
Please don't. They get a bunch of different gifts that they can choose from, including the thing that floored Jeff when we first started this chapter. Just straight up a gun. They just can have a gun.
Just a gun.
Just a gun.
Just a
Just
gun.
had a gun.
The gun.
It's a giant sniper rifle.
The Neo, of course, played by the ever surprised but ever talented Sadie. And
I
finally,
had a friend who was watching some of these, and they texted me, and I was like, "You're doing a bit where you're surprised for intros every week, right? You're not genuinely surprised. You know you're first, right?" And I had to break the news to them that I am genuinely surprised every week that I'm going
Yeah.
first.
sorry. And then finally, there's the Godbinder, who, you know, is essentially a cross between a cleric and a warlock, where they have to actively bargain for more powerful shit. Every time. Die does have an advancement system, but we didn't go into it. And it's basically a d6 system with one exception. Every paragon has one of the bigger dice.
Or smaller.
Or smaller if you're playing with the dictator. And the fool, who just has another d6. Then there's the master. The one who runs the show. Generally the antagonist. They get the d20. And chaos. They can cheat. They can break all of the rules. They have a skill that literally is just called hardcore cheating. For my players, that's why the AD never died, because I still had cheat tokens. But any more explanation, I am happy to do either at QuellMarcon or a later date if you just want to message and talk about it, because I love this system. And
It's
would
a
love
great
to do it
system.
again.
It's pretty cool.
More people
It's
need to
nice
know
and
about it.
simple and gives you actual useful skills, which is nice.
It's very easy to understand if you're just picking it up for the first
Yeah.
time. I say that as someone who it took me 2 years to understand what advantage was in 5e. That's not an exaggeration. It took me 2 years to figure out and remember what advantage means in 5e, and I picked up this system pretty quickly.
And I always want to talk about it with you. I want to pick your brain and understand why.
Why?
Jeff?
Why anything?
That's fair. All right. But yes, any further explanation I am happy to do in person, online, whoever's interested. But now, apologies for the false start earlier, or rather false ending.
Keep
Go for it. Good enough.
rolling the dice.
There you go.
Which dice? Which one? I got a D6. Let's see what I rolled.
I got a D. I have a
I rolled a
D8.
3.
I put my
I
dice
got a
away.
3.